You know, when you start something new or challenging, there's that initial high, and then gradually you get to a place where you find yourself asking the question, what's the point? This is hard, why keep going? In this video, we're going to talk about why we ask that question and the best way to respond to it. The truth of the matter is that we don't need to come up with a list of answers for that question. What we need is to better understand the role that question plays in us getting to our goal. So, let's get into it. When you challenge yourself to do something hard, in the beginning, there's oftentimes this optimism or a sense of feeling pumped about it. You'll be running on that initial high of taking on the challenge. Then the high wears off, and what you're left with is the discomfort of actually facing the challenge. You see this with things like Sober October or starting a new workout or a meditation regimen. There's nothing glamorous about facing the challenge. It's a slog. It's you marching through swampy water. And for a lot of us, we start the slog or we get a few steps into it and a question enters our mind. What's the point? This is hard, this isn't any fun, what's the point of continuing, why keep going? And you'll remind yourself of the reasons you decided to take on that challenge, but the voice saying those reasons sounds like a whisper in our mind. The voice that's saying what's the point is loud and booming. It echoes off the walls of our mind. And at a certain point, the combination of the discomfort and the booming voice in your head leads you to stop, to give up. And the interesting thing is that we give up in large part because we think we're seeing everything clearly in that moment. We're questioning whether there's really any legitimately meaningful benefit to continuing the slog, but we never question whether we're seeing the slog, its potential benefits, and the struggle to continue accurately. The reasons you have to keep going, you think those are the only reasons to keep going. You think you're asking what's the point because it's a logical question to ask, and it is based on what you know. What I've found is that the step that comes after what's the point is where I have a major revelation about myself, or about my problems, or about my life. The big lessons I've learned about myself are right around the corner from what's the point. If you're starting a workout regimen and 2 weeks into it, you arrive at what's the point, it's possible that a few days from there, the effects of regular exercise will lead to improved blood flow to your brain, better brain function, improved problem solving, and then the solution to a problem that's been plaguing you because your brain is functioning a little better. Now, I get it. I've arrived at what's the point many times in my life. When you get to that place, there's a hopelessness there. You're looking at your thoughts, your feelings, the way your body feels. You're looking around at your environment, and you don't see anything to suggest that a revelation is around the corner. What we need in that moment is something that speaks to us more deeply than the discomfort we're experiencing. What we need is something louder than the booming "what's the point" echoing through our mind. What we need is something that gets us to march a few more steps in the slog. In that moment, a powerful thing is to acknowledge what you don't know. Admit that you might not be seeing all the angles. Acknowledge that you might not know everything about the way your mind works. Be open to the truth that there's far more you don't know than what you do. And focus on that word too, the truth, that there's far more you don't know. It's not an idea, it's not a theory. There's always far more that you don't know. When the question, what's the point, comes to you, the truth is that we're asking that question already with the answer ready to go. What's the point? There is no point. We might go through the exercise of firing off a few reasons before giving that answer, but we know what answer we're going to go with, the loud, booming one that echoes through our mind. When the question, what's the point, comes to you, you don't need to answer it. You just need to know that there's more than one answer. There is no point. Okay, fine. There's one answer. Could there be other answers, though? Is it possible that you're not able to see the other answers to that question right now, but they're coming? Is it possible that you need to humble yourself just a little and admit that you might not be seeing everything clearly at the moment, but you will soon? If you march a little bit further, you can get to the other answer. My name is Bryan Odom. I believe that with a healthy brain and a present mind, you can solve your biggest problems. If you got value from this video, please click the like button and leave a comment, and I'll see you in the next video.